Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Market with another exciting, delighting and much interesting video here on the channel. You know, a lot of us were really love this man called Valentine Ozigbo, and as at last year, by this time early this year, a lot of us were hoping that he would be the Labour Party governorship candidate for Anambra. Anambra election is in 3 days from now. Sorry guys, this coming Saturday on the 8th of November. That is when Anambra will be going for their poll. And a lot of people were like, Valentine was not patient enough, and because of that he defected to APC and all of that. It was a lot of story. But he has come to clear the air few days before the Anambra state election. He said he has to clear the air because a lot of people have misunderstood him. Because trust me, Obedient love him, his commitment, dedication, closeness to Mr. Peter Obi and everything. We thought that okay, this is the person who will be the next governorship candidate for Labour Party in Anambra state. And all of a sudden we heard he defected to APC. All of a sudden we just started hearing unnecessary things like that. But he's here to clear the air, and he dropped a very lengthy article yesterday, being the 4th of November 2025. He dropped a lengthy article explaining everything. Although he never mentioned name, I'm just going to read it out so it will not be obvious. Now he said, my dear people, my dear Anambra people, as our election draw near, I feel the need to share this message from my heart. I have taken time to reflect on our journey, our choices, our disappointment, and most importantly, our possibilities. I know that for some, my decision over the past years have raised questions, stirred emotions, and even caused pain. I do not dismiss any of that. You spoke from love for our home. I hear you and I honor that love. Trust me, a lot of us were disappointed when we heard he moved to APC. A lot of us were disappointed. A lot of us. Now let's go on. He said, many people have asked Val, why did you leave Labour Party? Why APC? And more. Some asked with curiosity, some with disappointment, and some unfortunately with anger. I understand all three, but truth demand contest. What I am about to state here, I had stated before, but for emphasis and to achieve closure, I see the need to revisit them again. Here is the truth. This is the moment of truth. At the height of the Labour Party monumentum in Anambra, when the energy of the Obedient family was at its peak and hope was alive in our state, in our streets, I was not only present, I was fully committed. I was the only governorship aspirant openly endorsed by the Labour Party grassroots executives in Anambra. The entire Obedient leadership in Anambra and Nigeria stood with me. I personally funded the largest Obedient gathering ever held in Nigeria in Onitsha without seeking reimbursement or applause. I did it because I believe deeply in the promise of that moment and in the power of our collective future. He's talking to the people of Anambra now. He went on to say, there was an independent online poll at the time. 2 questions were asked. Who should Anambra support for governor in 2025? 93% choose my candidacy. The sitting governor polled under 4%. 2. Who should the Labour Party field as its candidate? 95% voted in my favor. The remaining aspirant shared 5%. Even with every reasonable margin of error, the message was unmistakably we had overwhelming support from the grassroots, independent youth, professionals, and the conscience of the state. He went on to say, so what then happened? I witnessed a level of betrayal and sabotage within the Labour Party top leadership, not the grassroots. now he's telling us what really transpired and why the whole situation changed. Not the grassroots. Unlike anything I had encountered in public life, out of respect for institution and for the sake of unity, I have avoided recounting every detail, but the truth remains a deliberate effort was made at the leadership to stop my candidacy at all costs. He went on to say, I did everything honorable and lawful to uphold fairness. All I asked for was a transparent process, a level playing field, not a coronation yet. What unfolded revealed a troubling reality. The very culture we condemn in other parties had taken root there, and in some cases even deeper. Those who truly pay attention know what I endure, and when I finally choose to leave, the reaction spoke louder than words. Instead of concern, there was relief among certain leaders in Anambra. That alone should tell any honest observer that something fundamental had gone wrong, not with me, but with the people who ran the party eventually aground. He went on to say, I could have stayed to continue the fight from within, but I had long realized that in the process of chasing me out, they ended up crippling the party itself. Trust me, Labour Party was really crippled, and is still crippled now. Even up till now, we are still doubting where Peter Obi will come out from. We are really hoping, and we are really looking at where he will come out from. Trust us, we don't know whether he will maintain the ticket with ADC, or he's just going to go into another party. He said, I could have stayed to continue the fight within it, but I had long realized that the process of chasing me out, they ended up crippling up the party itself. All right, guys. So let us be honest. If truly to rescue Anambra from the current administration, only two political platforms had the structure and reach to achieve that Labour Party and APC. With Labour Party weakened beyond repair, only the APC remained a viable option. That was why I made the difficult but necessary decision to join APC, not for personal gain, but for the love of Anambra. My trial intensified after that decision. Those who once opposed me in the Labour Party began to whisper falsehood, creating the narrative that I had become a mole in the APC. It was a painful irony. Attack where I left and doubted where I arrived, yet I remain focused. He continued by saying, from screening to primaries to the High Court, the Court of Appeal, and ultimately the Supreme Court, I walked through fire, not because I sought office at all costs, but because I refused to compromise the soul of our dear state. I fought not for personal ambition, but for fairness, for dignity, and for the future of Anambra. So I am sharing this message today, not out of grievance. Instead, it is one of gratitude that I stood without compromise, grateful that I still have peace in my soul, grateful that the love I hold for this land remains unshaken. I hear in my 3 prayers to God, Lord, let me never betray the trust of my people, nor bow where truth demands we stand. Therefore, the Lord give me more courage to always do what is right, even if it is not popular. This was really touching. At least now that he has actually come out to clarify the air and tell us what really happened, we can deeply now see that what Peter Obi said when he visited K Club in Abuja was true. Peter Obi said, what is happening in the political parties in Nigeria, he said both Labour Party and PDP, it's from the presidency, like it is from the federal level, it is from the federal government, it's from the government, and we all know that APC will do everything. That is why you see at every given time they are celebrating, moving up and down to win other governors to join the party. Well, we feel your pain and we understand. We hope to see what happens come Saturday. By this time next week, we should know who is the next governor of Anambra State. If Soludo retains the seat, or maybe the APC leader, or maybe George Moghalu of Labour Party becomes the winner. Well, we are hoping and we are seeing. But to be honest, this is my opinion. From what we are seeing, George Moghalu has very limited chances in winning that election on Saturday. Very, very limited chances. Unlike Soludo, who has been campaigning since way back 2023. Soludo has been campaigning since 2023. I keep saying this thing, but a lot of you will not understand. And let's just hope. Now, because the love, the massive love we as Obedient had for Valentine Ozigbo, it was so great. We had a whole lot of love for him, and everybody was hoping that he would be the governorship candidate. From nowhere, it just happened, and today it is. I thank God that he has accepted and he's supporting fully. Well, his time will come. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to share.